Coaches, my name is Anthony Randolph, and I'm so excited to talk with you today about how to deal with difficult parents. And basically, if we had to break it down, how to effectively communicate with parents. Now, if you've been coaching for any amount of time, this has probably already happened where you've had dealing with a parent trying to help them understand something, or they're upset about Johnny not playing, or they're upset about this or that, or comment if you've had a tough coaching experience dealing with a parent already. Put a thumbs up down in the comments below so I can know I'm not the only one. Okay, help kind of give you a clear kind of pathway. I'm going to break it down in basically three things. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do up front. We're going to talk about building trust. We're talking about respect and listening, and we're talking about over communication. Okay, let's talk about building trust first. So in my parent team meeting, I'm giving you access into what I do for my preseason meetings. I tell the parents what they can expect from me. So to build trust, what can they expect from Coach Anthony? Because then they have something to go off of. If you give parents um, if you don't give them a rubric or hey, here's what I'm going to do, then they get to make up what they think you should do. So if you give them, hey, here's X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do this, they can check it off in their minds and they go, oh, Billy's happy and coach did X, Y, and Z. I'm good. Okay, so first thing, attend training sessions and be on time. That is an expectation. So for me, my principle, what I believe is I'm usually at training an hour early. Okay, because I have the privilege of doing it. So you say, I can't be there an hour early. Well, depending on what age group you have, can you push your practice time back 30 minutes so you could be there maybe 30 minutes early or 20 minutes early? Early says to the parents, and when you set your session up and your kids are arriving and the session is set up, and so you're ready to talk with them and you're ready to communicate with them, then it says to the parents, oh, okay, I see Coach Tommy. He looks like he might know what he's doing. The way you communicate with your parents builds trust. Okay, the way you communicate with them builds trust. So you do to build trust is I show videos. I post videos and I use an app called Band, Band, not bands, but it's called Band. It's free and it is amazing. And comment down below if you want more information on Band and how to use it, and I'll tell you. But I put all of our information in there. I do live stream videos in there for parents and players. I post all of our pictures in there, anything that happens. I try to let my parents know ahead of time so I beat their questions. To build trust, I try to make sure that they hear from me consistently. They see me doing what I'm saying I'm going to do. And then I'm always trying to be willing to listen and ask questions. So, and I tell them I'm not going to be perfect and that they don't have to worry about coaching from the sidelines. So the more you tell them up front, then the more they can kind of go, okay, I know he's not going to be perfect. Because sometimes parents expect you to be perfect. They look on Facebook and Timmy's team won 10-0, and they got a picture of Timmy Warren holding the trophy, and then they see their team, they lost 1-0 to the best team in the state, and they're like, our coach isn't great. Not knowing that Timmy's team plays rec, and they played against a rec team and they won a tournament that there was two teams in it. They had a 50% chance. You know what I mean? So, and then also letting them know I want the best for their son. It's gonna take them time and your consistency in the right environment for the parent to see that you want the best for their son and that you are putting them in the right position. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing. Then I also tell the parents what I expect from them. So we're building trust. I'm trusting them. They're trusting me. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I definitely will talk with you about it. So I need to know that their communication, that when I communicate with them, that it's all going to come through Band. So I expect them to see it. I expect them to be on Band. I expect them to have the notifications on. And I expect them to, when it comes to playing time, I need to hear it from the player. Player first. If the player is concerned about playing time, depending on how old they are, I'm dealing with ninth and 10th graders. That I need to hear from the player first before I hear from the parent about playing time. And then also letting them know that nothing is guaranteed. Your son will have to work. Your child will have to work to get playing time. And if they are upset about something, this is an important thing. Okay. There is a 24 to 48-hour cooling off period. Because sometimes it's hot outside, it's a Saturday, you had a hard week's work, and you want to pop off at somebody, and you're not really upset at the coach. You're upset about yourself because you made a bad decision at work, or that parents made a bad decision at work, and so now they're just wound up and looking for a reason. So I'll tell our parents there's a 24 to 48-hour cooling period. If you are upset about something and you try to come out and approach me after the game, I tell our parents up front, I'm not talking to you. I love you. I literally tell them this, Coach. I did it. Hey man, thank you for sharing that with me. I said, right now I'm focused on your son. We just finished the game, and I can't give you my best time. So I said that I cannot give you my best time right now, and it's not fair to you. So remember how we talked about a little cooling off period? I'd love to talk with you next week. Send me a message and I'll set it up. Send me a message on Band and I'll set up a meeting for us to talk over the phone. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. Come on, John, let's go. Over communication. Okay. Letting parents know there's no sideline coaching. We don't need you to coach. And you let parents know that they don't have to be sideline coaches by the way you do your training session. So your training sessions are prepared, organized, and they can trust you. Then they don't feel like they have to coach from the sideline and they'll be more apt to cheer. Now I know you're probably like, Anthony, well, you don't know Susan. She coaches all the time, has no idea. Hey, look, some people are just going to do it. And this is why it's important to have a good team coordinator, a good team parent to really help you with that. Because you can't do it all. You need people on your side early on that you don't have to feel like that are fighting with you instead of fighting against you. We can talk about that later if you want to, about finding a good team coordinator. Tell me down below if you want me to do that. Okay, so tell the players extra work and that there's no overnight success. People still believe that overnight success has really happened. It's not true. So we talked about building trust. We're talking about over communicating, and then we're talking about consistency plus time, and then also we're talking about respect. Okay, so going then, these are things right here you can read on the screen. No, parents not fighting. You really have to say that. Some parents will be ready to fight over anything, and it's not even worth soccer. It's not even about soccer or their kid. And then also, this is a killer right here: gossip. Did you hear that Billy wanted to go play for Coach Timberland's team? And Coach Timberland said if he comes play, he'll pay all the coaching fees for them for the next season. So squashing gossip. I always tell people if you hear gossip, go to the source. There's nothing that will squash gossip more when you go to a parent directly and say, "Hey, I'd love to meet with you about da 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 da. Is everything okay?" And they know that you heard, and I guarantee you, they'll be like, "No, we were just talking, and the kids were just being kids." you know. But really, kind of showing them like, look, hey, and in your team meetings, hey, we kill gossip. There's no gossip. If you want that, hey, this is not the team for you. And even if it's your best player's parents, say it. You have to be willing to say it. This is where you have to have that hard kind of like you have to grow up and just go, hey, look, if that's what you want to do, this is probably not a team for you. And make sure you tell your team, your director of coaching prior to having this conversation. Okay. And then also I have player expectations. So these are things that if you can set the expectation with the parent, you can set the expectation with the player, you build trust, you over communicate with them, and then you build respect. There's nothing more respectful for a parent to see that you care about their kid first and foremost. That's the most paramount. You care about their kid. First answer that parents want to know: do you care about Tim? I literally had to ask a parent this. Yeah, I'll share this with you. I literally had to ask a parent. I said, we were having a conversation and I was listening to them. When you're meeting with a parent, don't go in with all the answers. Go in to listen and ask questions. The parent doesn't want to hear what you have to know, what you know. They want to hear ultimately, do you really care? They don't care about the tactics, especially at the youth soccer level, depending on what level you are. Very often it's about, hey, if you listen enough and you ask the right questions, hey, I hear you're upset. So you're upset because Tim is playing as a fullback? Wow. And then you let them, if you de escalate them enough, they'll get to the real issue. And the real issue was, man, Tim has been having a hard time at home. He's struggling in school. He doesn't feel a part of the team. He doesn't understand why he's playing fullback. Then you can go, and then you can go off like we talked about responsibility. Man, I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing that with me about Tim. And now it helps me as a coach understand why he doesn't feel part of the team because he has been kind of distant from me and the other group. Yeah, it's just me and his mom are trying to get a divorce and blah, blah, blah. Oh, you see what I'm saying? If the issue wasn't even you. So respect, ask questions, listen. And if you do that, you'll usually get the real story. Okay. And then ask for the players, ask for responsibility, ask for development, ask for effort, and ask for focus. Those are three things that they can control. They can't control what their parents are going to do. They can't control what you're going to do, but they can control their energy, their effort, and their attitude. Let them know playing time is up to them, what they're willing to do. See a number of players. You wouldn't believe how many players don't know that their playing time is up to them if they really push themselves and they really do the extra stuff. And then also being a servant leader, something I personally believe in, making the people around you better. I'll play a lesser talented kid because he makes the team better over a kid who's more talented. And then also I tell the kids, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. So if you're hurt, I need to hear from you. I need to hear from you. I don't want to hear from your mom. Oh, he twisted his ankle playing tennis the other day. And no, I'm saying, hey, well, can you have Johnny call me? Okay. Yeah, he didn't really want. He didn't know if he could call you, and because no. Okay, well, I thank you for sharing that. I would definitely love to have Johnny call me. So if you give me a call, okay, have him call you, have him build that constant trust with you. So anything, even if it comes down to missing training, I tell my players they're gonna miss training. They need to let me know, and I need to know why. And if you're gonna miss training because you just don't feel like coming, not a good enough excuse. Not a good enough excuse. And I tell them up front. So these are key things that we could, if you focus on, these will help you with dealing with your parents and communicating effectively with them. You got to build their trust. You build their trust by showing, doing, and then them hearing, knowing that, hey, Coach Anthony's got it. I can sit back and just enjoy the game and watch training sessions. Enjoy it. Okay. And you can show them through video. You can show them through your actions, how you respond, situations, and then over communicate. So have a way that you communicate that is effective for your group. I use band. Okay. That works for me. Parents know everything that is going to come for our team is going to come through band. You're not going to get a text. You're not going to get an email. You're going to get everything through band. Everything through band. And then last thing, respect. Respect and listen. Ask questions. Most of the time, if you ask the right questions, you will get the answers you want more than if you tell the people what you think they want to hear. Okay? If you do those things, I guarantee it will help you effectively communicate with your parents and you will see the success short term and long term. Okay? If this video helped you, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. I'd definitely like to hear from you. And thanks to all the coaches who've already reached out previously. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with somebody. I'll see you next time.